Hello, hi. Welcome to my class. Okay, today is DBM 2323 International Business class. So before I start, I would like you guys to know what is the assessment for this class. Okay, it's going to have this consists of three elements for the assessment. As usual, I told you in the first video, we have assignment, we have midterm, and we have final exam. And the marks is, this one is 30%, and this one is 40. So Prince total is 100. So as I told you, midterm we're going to change to quiz, which is I'm going to give the quiz, and every time that we have class, end of the class, I'm going to give you guys a quiz. Okay, before I start with the lesson, please take note of my lesson today. You can write and jot down anything that you think are important, because I'm not going to provide you any note after this. I repeat, I'm not going to provide you any notes. Okay, before we start with the chapter 1 of this subject, okay, I would like to introduce you guys about what is actually international business is all about. So we're going to learn about the definition, importance of study IB, international business, why company engage in international business, modes of internet operation, types of international organization, external effect, which is a physical, social, and also competitive factor. Okay, now let's start with the definition of international business. As you can see here, international business, the definition refers to the all commercial transaction that include sales, investment, transportation that take place. Okay, this thing is take place within two or more countries. That's international business. That's why we call it international, because it's involved two or more countries. Means you have a business more than two or more countries. Okay, the other words is international business. Actually, they're going to increasing foreign countries are sources of both production and sales for domestic companies. Okay, that's a definition for the international business. Or on the other words, international business, they refer to the trade of goods. Okay, trade of goods, services, technology, capital, or knowledge across national borders and at the global or transnational scale. Means international business refer to the trade of goods. Okay, your product, your goods, your services, technology, capital, knowledge they must be across the national borders and at a global or transnational scale. Okay, it means that it's involved cross-border transaction. Means the cross-border transaction means between two or more countries. Okay, that's a definition of international business. Okay, now we move to the important to study IB. Okay, these are the things. What are the things that are important to study IB, international business? First is most company are either international or not. They compete with the international business. Whether you are the local company, local products or company, you still need to compete with the international companies. Second, modes of operation may differ from those used domestically. Means if you are if your modes of operation in Malaysia are different if you go to the Singapore, if you go to Indonesia, and anywhere other country. Okay, the best way of conducting business may differ by country, because every country they have different rules and regulation. Okay, then understanding help you make better career decision. And also lastly, the importance of study IB is understanding help you make decision. Understanding helps you decide what government policy to support. Okay, if you learn about IB, so you must know about the government policy, the tariff, the quotas, and so on. Okay, now we proceed to why companies engage in the international business. Why company must normally they will join to 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 join in the international business first. We have three factors here. First is sales expansion, resource acquisition, also risk minimization. Okay, first we go to sales expansion. Okay, to expand sales, pursuing international sales is going to increasing the potential market and also potential profits. In order for you to gain more profits, you must go pursuing yourself in international skill. Okay, then second we have a resources acquisition. Resources acquisition, okay, in order to acquire the resources, they may give the company lower costs, new and also better products, and also additional operating knowledge. Then we have risk minimization. Okay, to diversify or reduce the risk. In order for you to reduce the risk, minimize the risk, international operation may reduce operating risk by smoothing sales and also profits, and they're going to preventing the competitors from gaining advantage. So you can keep your company, keep your operation safe, because they're going to prevent the competitors from gaining gaining the advantage. Okay, because everyone is equal if you join to that company. If you join your company into the country, okay, they're going to equally treat you. Alright. Okay, now we move to the modes of operation of international business. We have three modes here. As I told you, international business means we're going to have business in two or more countries. So in this business, the common modes of operation is export and import. So as I told you, I teach you before, what is import, what is export. Okay, export is the goods that you send out of the company, means from Malaysia to other company. From Malaysia to other country, we call it an export. And we have import. Import is the goods that are brought into the country, means for other country to Malaysia. Other country to Malaysia, we call it as import. Export outside means for Malaysia to other country. Then we have investment. Investment is include what we call as FDI, foreign direct investment, which is the investor takes a controlling interest in the foreign company, or also we call it as a joint venture, or we also can call it as portfolio investment. Portfolio investment. Okay, or we can call it as I told you, joint venture. Okay, I hope you're clear about these modes of operation. We have export, import, and also investment. Okay, next we proceed to the type of international organization. Basically, we have three types of international organization. Okay, if you can see here, first is collaborative arrangement. Okay, we have strategic alliance, and also we have MNEs. So MNEs refer to multinational enterprise. Okay, we go one by one. For the collaborative arrangement, we can also know as a joint venture. Okay, or licensing agreement. Okay, we have a management contract, minority and ownership, and long-term contractual arrangement. Long-term contractual arrangement. Then we have a strategic alliance. Okay, for the strategic alliance, okay, this actually company that work together, but the agreement is critical to at least one partner. So this strategic alliance, they only work in the specific what we call agreement only. Okay, an agreement that doesn't involve ownership. Okay, for example, we can see McDonald with Disney. Sometimes you can see McDonald in the Happy Meal, they bring a Disney things, Disney permainan Disney tu. So it's a part of a strategic alliance. It's not going to take forever. It's only for the specific time only, untuk certain apa kita panggil promotion or so on. Okay, then we have what is called SMNEs, multinational enterprise. Okay, multinational enterprise is going to take the global approach to market and also production, or have the operation in more than one country. If your company have more than one country, okay, your business take a production in more than one country, you actually under MNEs, multinational enterprise. Or the other words, multinational enterprise is you have facilities or asset in at least one country other than a home country. It means your company is called as MNEs if you are have I mean in Malaysia, right? You have a company in Malaysia and you have another company in other country, so you are under the MNEs, multinational enterprise. Okay, the other words for the multinational enterprise is we call as a multinational companies, multinational corporation, or transnational companies. Okay, TNCs. Okay, alright. So type of international organization, we have three: collaborative arrangements, strategic alliance, and also MNEs. MNEs also known as the MN companies, multinational company, multinational corporation, and also transnational companies, TNC. So the other things that you need to know about the multinational multinational enterprise is their characteristic and their features. Alright, let's proceed with the MNEs characteristic and features. Okay, they have 5 characteristics of MNEs, multinational enterprise. First, multinational enterprise is actually normally come from the big size and also huge capital because it's big. Okay, operates in many countries, not only in the home country. They must have one or more involved in more than 2 countries around the world. They have a large number of customer, large number of competitors, and also structured way of decision making. So this is a characteristic of the MNEs. Okay, why international international business is different? So normally it's going to influence the external factor that might affect the company international operation. So if you talk about the external factor that affect, okay, it consists of 3 things: physical, social, and also competitive factors. Okay, now we start with the physical and social factors. We have 5: geographic influence, political policies, legal policies, behavioral factors, and also economic force. Okay, we go one by one. First is a geographic influence. Okay, geographic influence is including natural condition that influence the production location. We talk about geography is actually based on the location. Okay, then we have a political policies, determine where and how business occurs. Okay, where and how business occurs. Okay, then we have a legal policies, influence how the company operates. Okay, how the company operates. Then we have behavioral factor that may require changes in the operation. Okay, changes in the operation. And lastly is a economic force that explain different in cost, current values, and also market size. Okay, so we have 5 physical and social factor: geographic, political, legal, behavioral, and also economic force. Okay, now we proceed to the competitive environment. So in the competitive environment, we have 3 things. Okay, competitive strategy for product, competitive resources and experiences. Okay, and also lastly, the competitors faced in each market. For the competitive strategy for products, normally we focus on the cost strategy. There are differentiation strategy and also focus strategy. Okay, I repeat, for competitive strategy for products. Okay, we have a cost strategy, differentiation strategy, and also focus strategy. While we have a competitive resources and experience. Okay, we have market leaders have more resources for the international operation. Okay, market leaders have more resources for the international operation, and we have a competitors face in each market, whether it's local or international. So a company's competitive strategy, they're going to influence how and where it can best operate. So its competitive situation may differ from country to other country in terms of its relative strength and which competitors is faced. So as I told you before, each country they are different. Okay, clear? So before we go to the chapter 1 of this topic, you still need to take notes about the what I told you previously. Okay, we're going to like looking for the future in the international business. Okay, there are three major perspectives on the future of international business. Of international business and also globalization. We talk about international business. Okay, normally you will relate with the globalization. Okay, there are three major perspective. Okay, first we call it as a further globalization is inevitable. Okay, the future in globalization, you can see three major perspective. First is a further globalization is inevitable, means it's something that you can't avoid. Okay, you like it or not, you still need to face the globalization. Okay, second is international business will grow primarily along the regional rather than global line. Okay, international business will grow primarily along regional rather than global lines. Then lastly, forces working against further globalization and international business will slow down both trends. Okay, if you are force your company to work against the globalization and also international business, we actually slow down both trend. Okay, now we go to the part B of this topic. Okay, now let's move to the next topic. Okay, now we proceed to the international business chapter 1, globalization. Okay, globalization. So I know everyone know what is a globalization means. So the definition of the globalization is actually the process which business organization develop international, the influence or start operating on an international scale. Means once your company or organization start to operate internationally, you actually under globalization. So another definition of globalization is you shift towards a more integrated or interdependent world economy, including two characteristics. Okay, when you talk about the international business, you must know two characteristics inside the globalization. Alright, we have, okay, let me change the color. Globalization of market and also globalization of production. Okay, market also production. Must remember. So in this definition of international business of the globalization, we have market and also we have production. Okay, let's see market. Okay, the merging of historically distinct and separate national market into the one huge global marketplace. So global marketplace happen when, okay, we have the falling in the trade barriers that make it easier to sell globally. If you know, one of the barrier that we know in the trading goods and services in the world is actually trade barriers. Okay, if the company they're going to remove the trade barrier. Okay, as you know, what is a trade barrier? Trade barrier is actually, for example, tariff. If you want to send your things to Malaysia, the government will give you tariff or tax. Alright, so the falling this type of trade barriers, it make it easier to sell globally. Okay, second, customer taste and also preference and converging means the customer taste and preference now meet your expectation. Means all the, for example, I give you you buy something in China. Why you want buy something in China? Because that things or stuff that you buy is actually meet your taste and also preference. Okay, then we have firm promotes the trend by offering the same basic product worldwide. As you can see, one of the example of globalization of market is Shopee, Lazada. So all because it's Shopee, I can see the collaboration between Malaysia and also China. Most of the things that is come from China, not come from Europe. So this is part of the globalization of market, where you can just buy anything from China without need to pay all the tax and all the trade barriers. Okay. Okay, now we move to the globalization of product. Okay, globalization of product refers to the sourcing of goods and services from location around the globe to take the advantage of the national differences in cost and quality of factors of production like land, labor, capital. Okay, normally globalization of product is actually where you have the factory, you have your operation management, and you have a factory around the world. So the company normally, if they have this globalization of product, they can lower their overall custom cost structure, that improve the quality of functional of their products offering. I give you for example iPhone, right? iPhone, dia apa tu? Dia akan buat pemasangan. What you call pemasangan in English? Their operation lah, the pemasangan of the things or their product, the spare part of the product is come from China. So they're going to pasang semua produk dia daripada China, and they not put in their home country because of the cost is quite high. Right? Faham? Okay, so we have a globalization of product globalization of market, and also globalization of production. Okay, now we move to the global institution. Okay, if you know that we have a institution where they're going to manage all the globalization. Okay, what's are the function of this global institution? Okay, they're going to help manage, regulated, and also police the global marketplace. Meaning police ni dia macam maintain the law and order. Okay, they're going to observe the global marketplace all around the world. Okay, they promote the establishment of multinational treaties to govern the global system. So what are the examples? This is only the example of the global institution around the world. Okay, we have General Agreement on Tariff and Trade, GATT, and also World Trade Organization. Okay, what are the function of this GATT and also WTO, World Trade Organization? They're going to observe the world trading system, make sure that nation states obey to the rules laid down in the trade treaties, and also they promote lower barriers to trade and investment. Okay, first is GATT, WHO, General Agreement on Tariff and Trade, and also World Trade Organization. Before, their function is the same. GATT is actually previously they are the one who do all these things. Now we change to the World Trade Organization, so their function is same. Then we have IMF, International Monetary Fund, IMF. Okay, they're going to maintain order in the international monetary system. Okay, then we have World Bank. Okay, World Bank. Okay, World Bank, they promotes eco-development, focusing on making low-interest loan government in the poor nation. Okay, if you know that some of the government nation, some of the country, they are really poor, so they don't have money. So what they do, they make a low interest loan in this World Bank. Okay, but of course they need to pay back with interest. Then lastly, we have United Nations. Okay, what are the function of United Nations? They maintains international peace and security, develop friendly relations among nations, cooperates in the solve international problems in promoting respect for human rights, and also is a center for harmonizing the action of nations. So these are the 4 global institutions. The example, we have GATT, WTO, International Monetary Fund, IMF, World Bank, also United Nations. Okay, now we proceed to the factors. What are the factors that lead to the globalization? Okay, first we have declining trade and also investment barriers, and also second we have technology barrier. Okay, this one and this one. Okay, declining trade and investment barrier are the factors of globalization. Since 1950, average of tariffs have been fallen into 4%, and the countries has opened their market FDI. So as I told you, what is FDI means? FDI is actually the foreign direct investment, where an investment made by the firm or in the individual in one country into business interest location in another country. Means if you have business in other country, you actually doing the FDI, foreign direct investment. Then we have a technology change. Okay, technology change actually microprocessor and also telecommunication, internet and WWW, and also transportation, World Wide Web, and also transportation technology. So if you see globalization and nowadays they are changing you together with the technology. Now before maybe the technology is different, now it's different. That's why I told you now it's really easy, especially when you have the platform, the internet platform, right? Or you can easily make your company globalization. For example, I told you at Shopee, right? You can just buy anything online globally. You can go to Amazon.com. Okay, even though you are in Malaysia, you can still buy all that thing that provide. Okay, we have Alibaba and so on. Okay, this is how technology changes in the globalization. So now see the implication for the business if you do the globalization. Okay, first we have a low barrier to trade and investment, mean firms can view the world as their market. Okay, you don't need to go to, you are in Malaysia, you don't need to go to China, you know, to expand your market. You can just use the technology nowadays, because as you can see, this COVID-19, the pandemic, you can see how the technology, especially internet, like give big impact, especially for you, for your business. Okay, then we have technology change, means lower transportation costs, help create global market. So you can see, instead of you don't need to bring the physical selling things, right? You need to bring all the things that you have, go using the flight, hantar pergi China. Okay, the transportation is actually a cost. So with this globalization, you're going to reduce the transportation cost. Mi tak payah hantar transportation, you just use delivery charge, macam postage only. Okay, low cost global communication network, and also global communication network, global media create the worldwide culture, and also global market for the consumer products. Okay, you can see the globalization nowadays kan, sangat mudah, very easy to use, very easy to apply. Contohnya kalau you nak sell something, okay, have you ever heard that there's a Malaysian, dia pergi jual super ring, that super ring, and people from US, UK buy that super ring. Harga dia mungkin $4. $4 kalau convert pergi duit Malaysia kali RM4, harga super ring sahaja yang bekas kecil tu RM16. So you know, this is how people make business nowadays. Okay, now we move to the forcing driving globalization. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 factors of the forced driving globalization. First, we have increase in an application of technology, liberalization of cross-border trade and also resources movement, development of services that support international business, growing consumer pressure, increased global competition, okay, and also change in political situation, expanded cross-national cooperation. Okay, I repeat, we have increase in an application of technology. Okay, this actually N. Okay, liberalization of the cross-border trade and also resources movement, development of services that support international business, growing consumer pressure, increased global competition, changing in political situation, and also expanded cross-national cooperation. So again, please, you can repeat my video over and over again, since this video is up to 30 minutes. Okay, so what you need to do, after you do notes, you still have time to prepare for notes, right? Okay, after do notes, you must answer the quiz that I give to you. Okay, now 2 3. Okay, I will give you around 4:30. Sorry. Okay, I will give you the quiz link around 4:30. Okay, once you are ready, you can answer the question because you have time limit. Okay, if you have anything to ask, you can WhatsApp me in the group before we can start. I mean, make sure you are ready before you can start the quiz. Okay, so this is the code for the quiz. Okay, please take note. So ugly. Okay, IB Global 01. IB Global 01. Okay, so hope you can answer the question. So good luck. Okay, that's all for today. Bye bye.